Hey everybody, welcome back. All right, Rorree here with the Totally Rorree channel, and we are now in 2021. All right, I'm so excited. I know that 2020 was a heck of a year, and now we're in 2021. And many of us wouldn't have dreamed that 2020 would have been the way it was. It was pretty special, right? But, although it was special, I still felt that I got a lot of takeaways. I learned a lot in 2020. I mean, it was a great year for me. I really learned a lot. I mastered a lot. I learned a lot about myself, and being that I had to telework for my clients instead of going to see them, that kind of made things a little bit better for me because I gained more time. I was able to have more time. So I had more time to do my work. I had more time to do my spiritual work. I had more time to connect with myself because I wasn't on the road every day traveling. So that was good. So a lot of work that I did ended up having to be um, teleworking and doing things over the telephone, or some of my sessions with clients were on Zoom sessions and things of that nature. And so, or recorded conference lines or whatever. So that 2020 wasn't too bad for me. I actually enjoyed 2020. I mean, I did have a scare with the cucarachas. My mom did get it, or whatever she got. I don't know what the hell it was. I mean, the doctor said it was COVID pneumonia. I don't know what it was, but that was an experience. I can tell you that. Okay. Um, but other than that, I feel like this past year has been great for me. And my family. So I'm just gonna say that I had a great experience, great learning, and I feel that life is what you make of it. And I feel that 2021 will be whatever we make of it. It could be whatever we put out there, and it's in how we view it. It really will be. So I know we could possibly have a continuation because like the cucarachas is still here, so, or whatever version of it is here, and whatever they're saying, it could be new strands, whatever. But everything still is in how we perceive things. So I'm gonna just get into the reading for today, just to set the tone for the day and give us a little bit of feedback on what the collective consciousness or the spirit world wants to share with us today. All right. So when I did the cards for the group today, the first card that came out was New Beginnings. How interesting is that? New Beginnings. I was like, okay. And the next card that came out was Where Can I Create More Space? And so we'll go over that. Where can I create more space? And then the last major oracle card that came out was Voyage. You already have all the answers. Okay. So I'm not going to do as many as I did, what is that, week before last, where I did like this whole big spread because it took a lot of time. And I have so many pieces of this I Choose Me program that I am recording and putting together both on this platform and other platforms. It's just so much. So I'm going to keep it, even if all the cards in the deck want to fall out, I'm going to try to keep it simple. But then I heard that I needed to pull some other cards. So I did that as well. And so I'll go through those as well. So let's get started. Now, first of all, again, welcome to my channel. Let's like and subscribe. Please comment, give me feedback. Let me know what you want to know. But definitely hit the like button. If you're listening right now, just hit the like button, and, so that I know that you're here, so that I know that you're receiving the information. Plus, it helps with the algorithms on this platform. So, new beginnings. Okay, so new beginnings. In this picture, it's a window, and I see some butterflies, I see a moon, I see a sun. Like, there's so much going on in this picture. There's water flowing, and it just feels like we are at a place right now where we can receive the dreams that we've been dreaming about. We can receive the desires of our heart, the sun. We can have those things that we have wished upon. We can blossom into newness of life. Butterflies sometimes symbolizes a new beginning, transformation. And when there's a new beginning, there's usually a letting go of something from the past, letting go of something from yesterday, letting go of things that are no longer serving your highest good. And we're at this auspicious time at the beginning of a new year where we should have been or continue to reflect upon yesterday and make decisions for our today and for our tomorrow. So over this month, that's what I really want you guys to do, is to take some time to reflect upon what it is that you're going to release and what it is that you're going to step into as we move on this journey in 2021, or whenever it is that you see this. Okay. So, but it's always time. I reflect, honestly, I reflect every week, and I reflect every month. I reflect every year, the beginning of the year, and I reflect at half of the year. Now, I'm born in June, so this is my half year mark, and I start my new year's on my birthday. All right. So it's time to reflect. What have you been doing since your birthday? What do you plan on doing now as we're stepping into this new calendar year? So what is it that you're going to do? What are you going to look at? What are you going to create? What are you going to let go of? I know there are a number of things. I've been doing this over the past month, just reflecting on my first 6 months in this year and in my birthday year. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do some new things. And I started feeling the shifts taking place in my life already. I started feeling the shifts, even as we went into this new age of Aquarius on the 21st of December. I already had started to feel the shifts coming in. And there have been so many different planetary alignments and different energetic shifts that I have been feeling them. So I have been cutting away at things that no longer serve my highest good, and doing it more in a way that I have really made some solid decisions for my life. So I want you guys to think about that. What are you going to cut away at? What are you going to release from your life? And then as you're looking at your new beginnings, you also want to look at where can you create more space for yourself. And I'm going to read this one to you, but this really reminds me, I had a session with one of my spiritual teachers today. I have a monthly session with him. And today, one of the messages that he received from me was that I need to spend a lot of time right now in this moment that I'm in this month. I have to spend a lot of time connecting with spirit, with my spiritual connections, with my ancestors, guides, and angels, with God, of course, all the time, but with with everybody, with those who are walking with me and helping me on this journey. I was told that I really need to shut things down and be quiet, you know, not always have something going. Because oftentimes, especially lately, I always have some education going. I'm always learning about something. I'll have some channel on one of the platforms, whether it be Discord. I mean, yeah, sometimes I'm in Discord, sometimes on YouTube, sometimes I'm on what is it called? Patreon, sometimes I'm on BitChute, wherever, all these different platforms. And I really have to shut it down because right now in this time, I have to be listening to my ancestors, guides, and angels. I have to listen to with the collective consciousness, what God and, you know, what everybody is sharing with me. And I have to be communicating with them all day, you know, and not like it's like all day I'm walking around, you know, talking to my ancestors, guides, angels. But this is a time when they're wanting to communicate with me and I have to be able to hear. So I have to turn off the noise in the car. I have to turn the noise off. I have to turn off the radio so that I could just be at peace and listen and be still. I have to get off the phone, stop chitter chattering with people having unnecessary conversations and things of that nature. So that's what I got out of my message today, was to, you know, create space. I had to create more space. So where can I create more space? I just shared with you some of the things that I'm going to do to create more space in my life so that I can hear clearly the messages that I am supposed to receive right now. All right. So this card says, instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, create more sacred space in your schedule, in your home, your mind, your lungs, and in your heart. Take time to just be. So I know you might meditate, you may do your breath work and things of that nature. If you don't, add that, you know, and then take time to just be, you know, afterwards. I remember I used to do this technique when I used to live in Texas, and it was a meditation with Osho, but it was a movement meditation. And I used to get up and go to my chiropractor's house at what time? I don't know, some ungodly hour, like 4:30 or something, like 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And then we would be over his house, and it was just three of us. We would go over there and we would do the Osho meditation. And it was very interesting. I loved it. Okay. Otherwise, I would not have done that. Gotten up that early because I'm not an early morning person. But I mean, it entailed like jumping and flailing and banging and all these things for like maybe 10 minutes doing this, 10 minutes doing that. So we're doing like 5 or 6 different things. I can't even remember now. It's been so many years since I did this, but I did enjoy it. And then afterwards, after doing all this stuff, we just sat and we just were at peace. We just were being, you know, and we would sit there for maybe 30 minutes or however long, you know, until our spirits were ready to move. And I'm telling you, that was just so fabulous. Starting my day like that was just so fabulous because I was really connecting with spirit and I would really receive the messages and everything. So do something for yourself to make a space for you to just be, and like turn things off a little bit, you know, go within so that you can hear the messages that are there for you as you are on your new beginning. So some of the actions that you could take as from this card are: do a clutter detox of your schedule, your home, or your innermost self. Make space. Clarity will come. All right. Now you can also, one of the things that I am doing, I started working on, is my planner. my and I shared this with you guys before, my planner, and I'm doing my goals and mapping out everything that I'm doing this year, mapping out my the courses and how I want to deliver them and what kind of insights I'm getting to share with everybody so that we can all grow to choosing ourselves and loving ourselves the most so that we can manifest everything that we desire, everything that is ours by divine right. I want that for us. So now, as I said before, Voyage was the next card that came out, and it says you already have all the answers. And that is so true. We have all the answers that we need to where it is that we are going. We do. It's all with us. You know, if you don't know it right off the bat, guess what? Your ancestors are right there with you. Your your spirit guides, your angels, whatever you might call them, they are right there with you. They are working with you, so you can ask them. You know, sometimes you might not know what the answer is, but you might have a spiritual teacher or a spiritual guide that you work with, and they could help you to hear from your ancestors. Sometimes you don't know how you hear from them. I know one of my spiritual teachers, she's my godparent, and she actually hears, sometimes she sees feathers as validation. Sometimes she sees feathers in different places. I feel like when I am validated that I hear something, sometimes it's just a conversation, and the conversation might validate something. Or I've started to use the oracle cards, and I might ask a question and the oracle cards will validate things. I always hear, I always hear a clear, excuse me, clear audience is one of my highest abilities. So I always hear from spirit. But sometimes you want to know, like, am I hearing from my ancestors? Who am I hearing from right now? You know what I mean? And oftentimes I know, but you may not know who you're hearing from. So you may want to do something, find a way that like you can ask your ancestors, let's focus on making it clear to me right now how I'm hearing from you. Like, if I see a feather, do I know that that's a message from you? Is it going to be some cards? What is it going to be? Are you going to find a coin on the ground when you're like, you might find a penny when you know that they're hearing from you? Like, I talk to my ancestors, I hear from them oftentimes through candles. I love candles. I love watching fire, and I love watching the flame and seeing what it's doing. And I love to look at the wax and look at what the wax is doing with the candle as it burns, and that tells me something. If I do a tiny candle, I can see how the drippings are happening, how quickly the candle is burning. There are many different ways to read the messages. My spirits, ancestors, guides, and angels, they often talk to me through the flame. Like, they will pop, hiss, make noise. The flame, sometimes the flame, a flame is normally like a normal flame. Sometimes the flame will be so high, I'm like, oh my stars. Sometimes the flame is taller than the actual candle, and sometimes the flame will be dancing, and I'll be like, woo. And I hear, like, I know what the candle is telling me. So you got to figure out what your thing is. Okay, I can't tell you what your thing is. I can't tell you, the whole collective, how your ancestors are talking to you, but that's something I want you guys to figure out. So one thing I want you to do, if you know how your ancestors, guides, and angels speak to you, share that with me. I want to hear all the different ways that your ancestors, guides, and angels are speaking to you. Sometimes I get animals, like, I used to get this frog. I kid you not. This frog, and I don't know if it was more than one frog. I don't know. But this frog used to come every day and be beside the garage door. So when I would pull up, there was Mr. Froggy or Miss Froggy, I don't know. And I would say, hi, Froggy. And every day, daggone frog will be back. And I'll be like, what's that all about? And so I would look up frogs to see what frogs were about, right? So you might want to do something like that. I remember when I was in Texas, an owl would come to my one of the windows upstairs in the house, and I'd be like, "What's up with that? How many times is this owl gonna come? Like, are you talking to me? Do you want something?" And sometimes I'll get birds, and birds, I might just see a random bird. Or a random bird will come to my window or something, and I'll be like, okay. So sometimes I get animals that come, and then I look them up. Sometimes I see double numbers. That's been happening a lot lately. I get double numbers, and sometimes it's the same number. So I'm like looking up the numbers, doubles or triplicates. So I'll look up the numbers to see what they mean as far as angel numbers are concerned. So you guys, I want you to share with me, what do you do? What do you do to know that you're getting a spiritual message, whether it's God, your ancestors, your guides, or your angels? Who is it? What are you getting? Sometimes I find pennies, and it's not like find a penny, pick it up for all the day you have good luck. No, but sometimes I find pennies, coins, sometimes I find bills. And then I know what it's all about. I'm like, okay, I got you. Thank you, Ashe, So anyway, that's me. So let me know what you do. I definitely want to know. I'm really curious to know. So then I was told to pull out let some more cards flip out. And one of the first card that flipped out was the ring card. It was a promise, contract, committed relationship, or union, or sacred union. Then the next card was what is it? Cutting out what doesn't serve you. And then master of disguise, and then pushing in, what is it? Rushing in with passion. Accelerated. What is it? Acceleration. It's fuel, the fuel card. So what I got from this here was that there, for some of you, this contract could be someone approaching you with a marriage proposal. Somebody may be proposing to you. Some of you may be signing a contract of some sort or getting into some agreement. You might be signing an agreement to get something. You may be going into business with somebody, but what you are doing is you're cutting away at agreements that no longer serve you. So you may be releasing some agreements that are not serving your highest good. You could be releasing a relationship that's not serving your highest good. It could be a marriage. You could be releasing a marriage that's no longer serving your highest good. And you're also cutting out things, people, scenarios, situations, jobs, whatever it is. You're cutting out things that are kind of like deceptive, things that might, it still kind of falls in line with they're not serving your highest good. You're cutting those things out as well. And then on top of that, you're relying upon self to do what it is that you need to do. It's like you're learning that you don't need these things, people, or situations to be able to do what you have to do on this journey. You are moving into this newness of life. You're going to cut out the things that aren't serving you in your day. You're going to be making that space in your day, because these are clarifying cards. And then a lot of things are going to be coming in towards you, like the contracts or whatever, the relationship or whatever. It's coming to you quickly. Okay, it's being accelerated. It's rushing in to you. So you're going to see an acceleration of things happening in your life as you release and cut out things that are not serving your highest good in your life. Okay, so That's what I get from that from these cards. I know some people have been asking me about contracts that they are antsy to sign, and they have not been able to connect with the people to sign these agreements, go into business and things of that nature. And this acceleration card, means that there is fire underneath you about to have this. There's a fire lit so that it's coming, so it's not telling me a specific time. I'm not doing a time frame reading, but this came up, and so I'm just sharing that with you. So all that said, I hope you guys are starting your week out with this lovely reading. Start your week out with really creating some space, crafting some space in your life for your own spiritual practice, and take some time over this month of January. Take some time to connect with self and connect with your Rorree, your higher self, connect with your higher, your spirit, connect with your spiritual connection with God, and take some time to hear what it is you're supposed to be doing this year. What it is you're supposed to be doing with your life. Some of you, this is about life-changing decisions that you're making. You are turning your lives around for the good. This is a positive time, even though we're in a tumultuous time right now. You can create the time that you desire within this bubble. You can move from 3D thinking to moving to 5D way of living. Just because crazy is all around doesn't mean that crazy has to be all up in here. Okay. You can cut that out. You can take the crazy out of here. Take that knife. That knife is real pretty. I think I want a knife that looks like that. But you can take this knife, this pretty knife right here, and cut out the crazy. Cut the crazy out. And create your own little bubble, create your own world, surround yourself with what is serving your highest good. It is not going to serve your highest good to vibrate low, to vibrate with the 3D thinkers. It's not going to serve your highest good to vibrate in that place, because when you vibrate low, you create low things around you, and you don't create what it is you probably desire in this lifetime. So cut the television off, cut off the noise, cut the noise out, so that you can hear and see and feel and know. And while you're doing this, make sure you're protecting yourself. Like I wear this black tourmaline. Sometimes I have on this hand of Fatima. You do what you want to do for yourself to protect yourselves on this journey. But for this month, let's practice tapping into our higher selves. And that said, comment, share with me how you're receiving information from your ancestors, guides, and angels. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Ashe, ashe, ashe.